Statesman Nation. We're here with Coach Todd Hafner as we preview Week 10, Graceland, the final road game of the year for our Statesmen. Coach, we'll rewind, talk about that Benedictine game, a wild game, then get down and talk about the Yellowjackets that we're playing in 2 days. So, First off, the Ravens, ranked, very good team statistically. On paper, it looked like it could have been a blowout, and we gave them everything that we had, and in the end, it was just a little short, but a great effort.
It was, and I told the kids after the game I couldn't be more proud of the way they came out. Especially after a hard loss the week before against Peru State, and very easily could have come out and not played very well to start the game, and we got down 14-0, but you never sensed any panic on the boundary or anything like that, and then we put together a good drive, went down and scored, made it 14-7, and from there, it was just back and forth.
It was just wild.
It was wild. And so, again, our defense was just absolutely outstanding. And, offensively, looking back, we actually played okay. We thought we played pretty good. We missed some opportunities, but we executed pretty well for the most part. And for the first time all year, our special teams kind of went backwards. And, we had the two bad snaps on a punt, and then we had a punt blocked. And that's just not typical of who we are or what we do. We take a lot of pride in our special teams. And, in the end, we just didn't have quite enough. They got the momentum back there in the fourth quarter and had the long drive to kind of seal it off. And, unfortunately for us, we just weren't able to overcome it.
Yeah. Like you said, as far as defense goes, I think they kept them under about half of what their normal average is, and then in the end they got points, so they ended up getting a lot of points than what they had, but they were going to be somewhere in the range of half of what they had been. So what was working, what wasn't working, what was working to keep them from having the success that they had?
Well, I think, first of all, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
And we have some pretty good players on defense, and I thought Coach Norberg and Trevor and those guys put together a great scheme. It was a stop the run first type scheme, and we did that, for the most part until the end of the game. But we set them up pretty good. We set them up on the one time and inside the 5 another time, and so it makes it tough on a defense to keep them out. But it's one of those things. They really only had one or maybe two good drives, in the rest of the game we shut them down. We made them punt more than anybody. We held them to less than half their total yardage for the season, and again, I couldn't be more proud of the way we played. Our kids played extremely hard. We were in good spots, and it just comes down to a few plays, and they made them and we didn't.
Right. Moral victories are not what you go for. You obviously look for
we're past that.
You look for the true W, but knowing what you accomplished, watching video, looking back at it and such, let's fast forward and talk about this week. Outside of the fact that obviously the playoffs are now out of the picture, but lots to play for, still being spoilers, still finishing strong for the senior class, and still looking forward to the future. How's this week of practice been going?
It actually has been really good. You worry as a coach coming in on Sunday after 2 tough losses, and the facts are real. We've got 2 games left, and but our kids have come out and had a great week. We've practiced inside both days because of the weather, and so I've had an opportunity to watch the defense practice, and obviously being a part of the offense and our energy's been great. It's practice, so you're going to make some mistakes and things like that, but they're all fixable before Saturday, and as long as our energy's good and our kids go out and play hard, that's really all we can ask. And we're going to face a very good team Saturday. Their record doesn't indicate it, but you throw on the film and you sure see otherwise. So the fact that our kids came out and had a great attitude and practiced hard this week really means a lot to us.
Yeah, definitely. Talk about this Graceland team. It's again, their record, like you said, isn't going to indicate that they should really give us much of a test, but they have been playing well with teams, and they'll with a new coach, they could, it just depends on what team shows up.
Right.
They're still trying to figure out their identity, obviously, and what they're going to look like and stuff. But it's going to be senior day for them. I'm assuming it'll be senior day. It's their last home game.
It is.
So they're they're going to want to play for a lot of pride, etc. So. Let's talk about the Yellowjackets.
Well, the thing that pops out the most when you watch the film is how talented they are on offense. They've got some true weapons. They have a young man on their offense that broke the all-time receiving receptions in a game record against Baker. Had 27 catches in a game, and That's what they want to do. Their quarterback's a savvy player. They're good up front. Their passing game is unlike anything I've seen in a very long time. I mean, they're gonna throw it to throw it, and then they're gonna throw it some more, and then they might sneak in a pass to try and make it look like a run. And so it's one of those things that we're gonna go in and knowing that if they get untracked, in the passing game, it could be a long day for us. So, we have to do a good job in two ways. Obviously, you either have to cover them really well, or you have to pressure their quarterback. Right. And so, we have a game plan for both, and I'm sure that our defensive kids will be ready to go. And so, our pass efficiency defense is, I think, #1 in the country, and a lot of that has to do with being able to get pressure on the quarterback. And so, we'll go in. I'm sure our kids will be keyed up, ready to go, and we're looking forward to it. But it's a very scary team. They played Peru last week and had the score 34-34 with 11 minutes left in the game, and they were playing hard. They were doing what they were coached to do, and you can tell Coach Cobb's got them going in the right direction. Right. So we hope they just wait one more week to put it all together.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
You talked about their offense, which obviously they can rack them up on through the air and such. But talk about, I guess, their defensive side. They're going to give up some points probably. I don't know. I'm looking at the TV that close, but
that's kind of what they've done. They've been able to stay in games by scoring points, and defensively, they're a little bit all over the place. As far as how they line up and how they do different things. I think their defensive coaches try and find a scheme to shut down the opponent for the week, and so that's scary for us too, because going into the game we're not real sure what we're going to get. So it's been one of those weeks where we've had to basically make it simple as we can and run everything against every possible thing they could do to us, and then try and make adjustments after we get going. Right. So they have given up some points, but again, and they're relatively young, but they're athletic, and again, with not knowing 100% what's going to happen, and with them being athletic, and they've created some turnovers, and so it always is a little bit unnerving going into a game given those circumstances.
Definitely. Finally, I guess the keys to success on Saturday.
Gosh, after last weekend, we have to be better in special teams. I mean, that's
unfortunately you haven't had to say that for a while.
In a long time.
That's a new thing.
And we will. I mean, it was just one of those fluke things. We just had a bad day, and it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. You go and you try and fix it, and I think we have, and we have to get them off the field on third down. I think that other than can't turn it over, got to turn. Other than the obvious ones, I think. We have to be better on special teams, and our defense has to get off the field on third down, and I think if we do that and give our offense, some more opportunities, I think that we should be okay and feel good about the outcome.
Definitely. All right. Well, Coach Hafner and the guys will be over in Lamoni on Saturday, 12:30 start.
12:30 start.
Yeah, a little different, but again, probably because of senior day, they're moving to a half hour, but. Again, check them out if you can't. StatesmanAthletics.com will be your home. You'll be able to watch and listen to the game there as well. So, last road game, make it a fun one.
We will. We'll go down there with a good attitude. It'll be fun. Our kids have been great, and we look forward to, like you said earlier, our seniors with these last two games, and going out and doing everything we can to get them some wins.
Definitely. All right. Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it. You bet.